camp is camp. It's tough, but for me, I want to push myself. It's what I do. It's what I live for. I'm ready for battle. I feel like I'm getting stronger, and I feel by the time the fight comes, I'll be at peak performance.
One more. One more. Beautiful. Good. That's what we've got to bring him on to. Nobody can take that.
It's unbelievable how far and how wide sports can take you and the things that you get access to.
The countdown is on, and the stage is set for chaos. Anthony Joshua has officially kicked off his first day of training camp as he gears up for the blockbuster showdown with Jake Paul, now locked for December 19th. There's no time for distractions. Joshua has stepped into camp with razor-sharp focus, the ironclad confidence of a former heavyweight champion, and a mission to remind the world why he's a force to be reckoned with. Jake Paul may have shocked the boxing world with his rise from YouTube fame to the professional ring, but now he faces a true powerhouse, a man with championship pedigree, elite skill, and a career forged in the fiercest battles of the heavyweight division. This isn't just a fight, it's a statement.
Second leg of the training camp. I'm feeling energized, I'm feeling refreshed. So yeah, come inside, have a look what's going on. Tough training, tough lifestyle, rough and tough. But listen, how else would I want it? I love it. So what am I bringing differently? I wouldn't say a new mindset, but definitely like a new skill. But ultimately, everything new has to lead to a win. So yeah, that's what I'm focused on right now, just winning. With training camp, it's grueling, like there's no doubt about that. But you just need to have a clear mind and be optimistic and run towards challenges every day. And that's how I am able to get through, is just survive on what suffering it's like. There's a certain standard that one has to have if they want to achieve certain things. I am working past effort, measures that I set out for myself. Yes, it's tough. Yes, I'm tired.
Mike Coppinger has confirmed that the highly anticipated clash between Anthony Joshua and Jake Paul is officially locked in for December 2025 in Miami. Fans worldwide are buzzing as this isn't just any bout. It's a professional heavyweight showdown set to be streamed live on Netflix, bringing the drama, power, and intensity directly into living rooms everywhere. Joshua, the seasoned champion with elite experience, is stepping into the ring against Jake Paul, the controversial star who has captured global attention with his meteoric rise. The stage is set, the stakes are sky high, and the countdown to this explosive confrontation has officially begun.
You mentioned earlier that Anthony Joshua still didn't have an opponent for his next fight, but he was thinking of still fighting before the end of the year. And we've got some breaking news for you now, because we're hearing that AJ is in talks with Jake Paul over a deal for a heavyweight fight in Miami next month. Of course, the YouTuber Paul has already fought the former heavyweight champion of the world, Mike Tyson, and beaten him. And he's now in talks with Anthony Joshua with a view to the two of them fighting in Miami next month.
The legendary promoter confirmed that the Anthony Joshua versus Jake Paul showdown will go down under full Queensberry rules. No gimmicks, no shortcuts. Forget the whispers about exhibitions, oversized gloves, or shortened rounds. This is pure professional boxing at its finest. Hearn made it crystal clear. They'll be using 10-ounce competition gloves, the agreed-upon number of rounds, and every standard rule of professional heavyweight boxing will be enforced. This isn't a spectacle or a circus. It's a legitimate clash between two fighters, one a world-class champion and the other a controversial star, ready to put everything on the line. The ring is set, and the stakes couldn't be higher.
Ring Magazine, Anthony Joshua, your man, and Jake Paul are finalizing a deal for a December heavyweight fight in Florida. True or false?
I mean, the gun was jumped a little bit and fired early. There have been conversations. For us, we were flirting with the idea of having this little 8-round fight this year. Not with Jake Paul, by the way, because he was fighting Gervonta Davis.
Yeah, that's not right.
We were going to go on a other card somewhere. You wouldn't have really heard of the person we were going to fight. AJ wanted to go through the motions, wrap the hands, and just gear up to what is really in the works with Turkey Al-Sheikh, which is 2 fights in 2026. And that includes Tyson Fury. That's the plan for Turkey Al-Sheikh. We received a phone call from Keith Baldirian from MVP, who, by the way, we've spoke to a few months before talking to us about the fight. And he said, look, would you want to fight Jake Paul? And I said, listen, I don't want to just be publicity, telling everybody you want to fight with Anthony Joshua. If you're serious, we can discuss the numbers, and if there's a chance for us to run out in December and take care of this bloke and get him out of the boxing world and make several tens of millions in the process, of course, we will consider it. And that's basically where we are at now.
Do the numbers stack up?
Of course, I mean, it's difficult to have this conversation. I think sometimes you just need to...
Talking to Sky Sports, he made it crystal clear, they're not in the business of exhibitions or gimmicks. If Jake Paul wants this fight, it's going to be the real deal, an official, sanctioned bout at a contracted weight, no shortcuts, no nonsense. But Hearn also dropped a note of caution. The deal isn't completely finalized yet. He broke it down honestly, calling the chances of the fight happening a straight-up 50-50. There are still intense negotiations, conversations, and details to be ironed out before the fight can be officially sealed. Fans shouldn't take this lightly. The stakes are sky high, and every moment until the contract is signed will be filled with tension, strategy, and anticipation.
Extremely dangerous for Jake Paul. I've got... The general feedback is the boxing world saying, please, AJ, go in and evaporate this young man from the boxing world so we can all get on as normal. You've got Jake Paul fans thinking bizarrely they can beat Anthony Joshua. And the most bizarre thing out of everything is Jake Paul genuinely believes he will beat Anthony Joshua. I think it's the only reason we're going to see this fight, but I truly believe you're going to see...
He described Jake Paul as crazy enough to chase this fight, fully aware that Anthony Joshua is a bona fide heavyweight monster with world-class credentials. Hearn highlighted the massive payday on the line, a sum that could change both fighters' careers forever. But with that glory comes an undeniable risk. Hearn didn't sugarcoat it. Matching the inexperienced Paul against a seasoned, battle-tested AJ is dangerously lopsided. He called it a catastrophic mismatch, one that could not only crush Paul in the ring but also potentially derail his career, either physically or in reputation. The fight promises spectacle, drama, and jaw-dropping tension, but it's also a high-stakes gamble where one punch could rewrite the destiny of a YouTube sensation chasing heavyweight glory.
Paul Anthony Joshua 50-50 fight. What do you make of that?
Yeah, I just said in another interview, great if it is. I mean, if it is, then you've got no problem seeing it. But when AJ, I mean, decapitate's a strong word, but when he renders Jake Paul unconscious like he did to Francis Ngannou, don't then say, oh well, it was Jake Paul. Do you know what I mean? I mean, when AJ beat Francis Ngannou, Ngannou just had a fight that could have gone either way with Tyson Fury. Then AJ poleaxed him, and everyone just said he's just an MMA fighter. You know what I mean? Jake Paul's not Francis Ngannou. But as I said before, if you want to see Jake Paul exit the boxing world,
he openly acknowledged Paul's strategy of targeting professional fighters who come with massive paydays, a calculated move to fast-track his career and cash in big. Hearn doesn't shy away from admitting that Paul knows exactly what he's doing, picking fights that boost his profile while raking in millions. But beneath the money-making strategy lies the harsh reality. Facing elite-level opponents like Anthony Joshua isn't just a paycheck, it's a test of skill, courage, and survival. For Paul, it's high risk, high reward, a gamble where fortune and legacy hang in the balance.
Hey James, quickly, I watched Jake Paul the weekend. I feel a bit dirty saying that because I'm not a fan of his, but he didn't say after the fight that he's sort of having DMs or he's dropping text messages to AJ. They're having a chat about a potential fight. What's your view on that, Eddie?
well, look, he's calling out Gervonta Davis, who is a 135-pound lightweight, and he's calling out Anthony Joshua, that's a heavyweight monster. Well, I think Jake Paul is crazy enough to fight Anthony Joshua because the money would be absolutely obscene. It's a catastrophic mismatch that people would tune in to watch because it would lead to the end of Jake Paul. Hopefully not literally, but it's that dangerous that, you know, it's a fight that I don't think should really happen, if I'm honest. I would say about Jake Paul, and I've said this in a couple of interviews today, I do think you start after giving him a margin of respect. You know, I think this guy is going through the motions, he's putting the hard spars in, he just went 10 rounds with, yes, a washed-up fighter, but a former world champion that did train for that fight, but they're very clever in terms of the opponents that they pick. They're not going to gamble unless the money's out of control. And it wouldn't surprise me if Jake Paul, wanted to move forward with an Anthony Joshua fight. Honestly, AJ's coming tonight. He's not exactly looking at Jake Paul going, oh, that's my dream opponent. Would he go in there and give him a hiding for, you know, a massive chunk of money? Probably. I'd be saying, yeah.
Simon Jordan, Roy Jones, George Groves, and countless insiders have weighed in, splitting opinions between commercial spectacle and competitive legitimacy. Yes, Anthony Joshua versus Jake Paul is a financial jackpot, guaranteed to draw millions of eyeballs worldwide. But does it truly honor the sport? For Joshua, it's a chance to secure a massive payday, dominate in the ring, and reassert himself on the global stage after recent setbacks. For Paul, it's the ultimate gamble, proving he can step into the ring with a true heavyweight elite, or exposing the limits of his celebrity-built boxing career. Legends warn of mismatched risk, physical danger, and potential legacy damage, yet the hype machine won't stop. Netflix viewership, promotional buzz, and viral social media chatter are already off the charts, ensuring this fight becomes an unavoidable spectacle. Now it's your turn to weigh in. Do you think Jake Paul can survive against AJ, or is this a boxing circus? Drop your thoughts in the comments, smash that like button, hit subscribe, and share this video with every fight fan you know, because this is the conversation the boxing world won't stop talking about.